the glory days of inspired smartphone design are back again. The notch, that dreaded notch, might soon die a slow death. Hashtag say no to the notch is actually effective and in action right now. This, my friends, in my hand is the Honor View 20. Undoubtedly India's first smartphone with an in-display selfie camera. Even before I talk about the Honor View 20, let me tell you guys this one thing. I know for a fact that the Honor View 20 is actually going to ruffle a few feathers in the smartphone industry. Hi, I'm Ershad from Mr. Phone, and let's get down to my views on the View 20. Okay, also before we move on, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon right next to it because we have more content of the View 20 coming up. Plus, you also want to see other awesome Mr. Phone tech videos. The moment I fished the View 20 out of the box, the first thing that caught my attention was the camera hole in the display. I'm still amazed that the in-display camera has already reached mainstream phones. That said, the software still offers you an option to hide the notch. Doubt I'd like to call this a notch. It's a tiny blip at best. A minor inconvenience if you must. On this display, apps mostly let the status bar stay the way it is, but you can watch the videos in full screen just like how you would on a display with a regular notch. Even PUBG works the same way. It can take up the full screen with this tiny camera notch staying out of the way for the most part. It is just a very pleasant experience when playing games or watching videos. Interestingly, Honor claims that the View 20 has a smaller camera hole compared to the Samsung Galaxy A8s. I haven't seen the Galaxy A8s, so I can't really tell what the difference really means. But even in theory, a smaller display cutout is any day better and brings us even closer to a full screen experience. By the way, the display itself is a 6.4-inch IPS LCD panel with a resolution of 2310 by 1080 pixels. Honestly, my first impressions of the display are great. It offers a very accurate color reproduction and the touch sensitivity seems to be vastly improved too. It's not just the front that is impressive. The View 20's glass back on the rear actually has this unique V pattern that gets reflected under direct light. You can see that right now. It is a very creative way to do the branding on the phone itself. Kudos to the designers for that. But glass is glass and it attracts fingerprints like Kunal Kamra attracts RSS trolls. Moving on from that bad joke, the new 48MP sensor on the rear sits separately on the top. And right next to it is the new time of flight 3D camera and the flash inside a separate module. This is a weird design choice, but it helps distinguish the different sensors. I'll talk about the cameras in a bit. The glass sandwich design of the View 20 is protected by a metal railing. Here's an interesting addition though. In addition to the antenna bands at the top and the bottom, there is an additional one on the right edge. This one helps secure unrestricted cellular network coverage even when your palm blocks the original antenna bands when the phone is held in landscape position while gaming or watching videos. I shall definitely test this one out for the full review. As for the rest of the design, you get a Type-C port at the bottom and a single mono speaker. On the top, there is a 3.5mm jack and what seems to be an infrared port. And the left edge has the SIM card tray, which accepts 2 nano SIM cards. The buttons are on the right edge and feel adequately tactile. I also like the fact that the power button has ridges on it, which helps distinguish it from the volume rocker. The View 20 is the first phone with the new Sony IMX586 48 megapixel sensor for its primary camera. This half-inch sensor has a pixel size of 0.8 microns, and with pixel binning and a quad Bayer filter, you get 1.6 micron pixel size. This means while the primary camera can capture a full resolution 48MP image, it can shoot 12MP with far more details thanks to the 1.6 micron pixel size. I took a few shots with the rear camera in both 48MP and 12MP resolution. You can see for yourself that the 48 megapixel picture is slightly softer at full res compared to the 12MP shot. But for all intents and purposes, the 12MP shot should suffice for most folks. It is still too soon to evaluate the picture, so I will let you check a few samples out. But yeah, a camera comparison is coming. And in case you want to see the full resolution images captured from the View 10, head down to the description. I know you want to. Now you must be wondering what the secondary 3D, time of flight camera does. Well, this camera can be used for regular depth detection. Apart from this, you can use it to play 3D games from the Play Store and use your phone like a Kinect for motion tracking. How cool is that? Coming to the 25 megapixel in-display camera with an f/2.0 lens, it takes crisp selfies. Of course, a detailed analysis will be in my full review, but here are a few samples for you to see. Also, the camera can shoot 960 FPS super slow motion video. That is a little iffy to actually capture, but it looks good at first glance. Under the hood, the View 20 pulls no stops. You get the latest 7nm Kirin 980 system on chip with 6 or 8 gigs of RAM and correspondingly 128GB or 256GB of storage. The phone doesn't offer expandable storage though. That said, these specs are still pretty high-end and it feels okay for a budget flagship. Honor has also decided to port the new Magic UI 2.0 software from the Honor Magic 2 for the View 20. Honestly, I didn't notice too many differences between EMUI 9.0 or Magic UI 2.0, both of which are based on Android 9.0 Pie. Maybe I need some more time with it, which I guess I will take for my full review. Anyway, it looks like Honor is going with Magic UI for its flagship phones going forward. Only time will tell. The phone is powered by a 4000 mAh battery and comes with Huawei's supercharging technology, which is the same that we found inside the Mate 20 Pro. And as you saw in the unboxing, it's got a massive brick for charging the phone. So those were my first impressions in general about the View 20. What I find fascinating about this phone is the fact that despite using the in-display camera for the first time, it feels like a polished product already. That's generally not the case when you have a design transition for the first time in a smartphone. In fact, unlike the in-display fingerprint scanner, which still feels a little rough around the edges on many phones, the in-display camera has that kind of spit and polish that you've come to expect from a third or fourth generation of a new technology inside a smartphone. You know what, I could be jumping the gun here, but I think that the View 20 is already a winner. But stay tuned to my full review, which is going to be dropping on the 29th, along with a few other camera comparisons as well. And do let us know in the comment section below what phone you'd like the View 20 compared against. That's it from me, Ershad, from Mr. Phone. See you in the next video.